Robert Lincoln Weiss lived with intensity and integrity for 92 years. We're here today because he wanted and was fully qualified to be buried here at Arlington among his fellow soldiers. He had just turned 21 when he got his chance to fight to liberate France from the Nazis. On the letterhead of the 30th Infantry, his Silver Star citation says, "For gallantry in action, 5th August 1944 to 12th August 1944 in France, Lieutenant Weiss's great heroism and tireless energy were materially responsible for trapped units of an infantry regiment being able to hold out against overwhelming odds. He fearlessly exposed himself in moving from one observation post to another, often deliberately drawing enemy fire, mortars, artillery, and small arms, so that he could better the effect of artillery fire on the enemy. His gallantry aided greatly in turning back several counterattacks." Bob believed deeply in the America where he and his sister Mary Ann grew up. He was profoundly impressed with the framework our founders put together 240 years ago that can still unite our 50 states today. He kept poster-size editions of our founding documents, Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence. He called me every 4th of July to see that I had read the Declaration of Independence. After the war, Bob carried on with the same intensity he brought to his artillery training in his law practice, photography, sailing, and writing. As I've been going through his legacy, I've found so much evidence of his discipline, his determination, and his drive in poetry, essays, plays, short stories. How can photography be compared to artillery? More than once I found up to a dozen photos of the same thing, sometimes something like a sagebrush, each taken with a different setting, just to make sure he got the best possible shot. And much more than anyone else I've known, Bob had dignity, which is that sense that he was worthy of honor and respect. He was justifiably proud of his achievements. Just a week before he died, Bob was interviewed for a documentary on the 30th Infantry. He was pretty weak, and I guessed that day that he would be good for about a half hour in the studio before he himself would be out of battery. Instead, he rallied and performed in the studio for about 4 hours, on camera for more than 2 hours. When the interview was over, Bob was visibly tired. His good friend and one-time law partner, Jack Faust, came over and asked how he kept going that long. And Bob said, as he said many times, because it needed to be done.